Trick or treat. Different culture had tradition about the dance. People of places like Ireland, China, Egypt, and Mexico believed that soul needed food. They thought the food nourished them on the journey from cemetery to heaven. People had to put out good things for soul to eat. However, the food rotted or spoiled, the soul got mad. The wicked soul might curse the family and make them starve during the winter. In other places, people beg for food on a holiday that remembers the soul the dead sends. People would disguise their squid hoods and cover their faces. If they did not get food, they played trick on the home. For this reason, the activity is known as trick or treating. Shortly after people first begin trick or treating, parents start sending their children to bed on that day. Housewives give the children food and they perform the song or the dance. When people moved to America from all over the world, they brought this tradition with them. Inhabitants of villages that trick-or-treating in early 1900s. In 1939, a touring publication acquainted the whole country with the tradition. It became very popular. Today, trick-or-treaters are not speaking for food, they are not scared souls. They just enjoy the thrill of dressing like the creature and getting candy. Ghosts send keratin the favorite custom, but some children wear fancy disguises like parrots. They carry flashlights instead of fire. In some places, children still perform songs or riddle to get candy, but most of the time they just say trick or treat. Trick or treat. Word list. Alert. To alert someone is to tell or warn them about something. The fire alarm alerts that he has a problem. Broadcast. A broadcast, a military radio show. We watch the broadcast to the local news on TV. Bulletin. A bulletin is a new report that talks about very recent and recent event. It's a live bulletin reporting on the economy of the city. Bump. A bump is a small area on the surface. The monkey that a bump on its head because hit by a rock. Chop. To chop something means to cut it into pieces with a tool. Man throws some vegetable together still. Vegetable closet. A closet is a small room used to store things. Marie had many clothes inside the closet. Console. To console someone he is sad means to make them confident. When my dog ran away, my dad consoled me. District. A district is a small mass of county, state, or country. I am a resident of Seattle, Washington. Drawer. A drawer is a small part in furniture that is used to store things. I put my clothes into the empty drawer. Endure. To endure something taught me to do or go through it. To endure her husband shouting all day long. Execute. To execute someone means to kill them or the legal punishment. Some people are executed for serious crimes. Grasp. To grasp something means to hold it. He grabbed the bag of money tightly. Rear. There was something in the rear, something in the bag. The man molded the rear with truck with boxes. Senator. A senator someone who lost for state. The drunk senator promised to make laws that will help the people. Skull. A skull is the hard part of the head, the brain inside of it. The brain protected by skull. Stir. To stir something means to make this using something small like a spoon. Mom stirred the batter into the with spoon. Tap. To tap something is to hit it lightly. He tapped the key of the keyboard to write the short words. Tremendous. When something is tremendous, it is very large. The earth serves a field of tremendous about the water. underneath, with something underneath something else is below or lower than it. The roots of the tree are located underneath the ground. Worm. A worm is a small animal with a long, thin body. Worms that often do catch fish. The starter and the worm. A rich janitor lived in a big house. There's more money than anyone in his district. One day he received a chair listening to a radio broadcast. I listened to the news bulletin. A worm crawled underneath the chair and onto his hand. The cook was in the kitchen during some beginning start. Suddenly, a cry from the senator alerted him. He ran to the rear of the house where the senator was steady. The cook loved and saw the world. He tried to console the senator. "I'll take it off right away," he said. "No," said the senator, "I want to eat the carrot." "But it's only the word," the cook said. "Why should it get executed? It hasn't committed right." The senator could not endure the government on his head. "Hurry!" he shouted. The cook looked at several drawers without nothing. The crossed into covered pie. He returned to the senator and lifted the piper over there. He knew he couldn't just top the one. He's going to hit it hard. He grasped the pie tightly. "What are you waiting for?" said the senator. "Kill it." The cook wanted the pie when senator had. "Oh no," the worm said. "They want to chop it up." It dumbed down the senator half. There was a tremendous noise. "Oh!" cried the senator. A bump broke the bunny's girl. Meanwhile, the worm pulled them aside. "That's close," said the word. "Instead of being nice, you want to hurt me. Now that meant a big bump on the head." Literally right there. Right there. All the money in the world, after they hand everybody up to all the people in the world really successful, given those people what they belong to people have the bad in the hand, or the believe it come a standard. How many doing the wrong, but they got a standard what they can find the way might happen. On the street until take the three metric order will even raise those standards. And when they talk about standard, when they talk about short version match, think about their own life. I know that being else in their life where at some point time to shift it, you raise the standard your life change. Because whatever people have, their identity top too, they live. We live, we can believe we are, got just how work. It's kind of life. I give an example. Look at the physical body. The physical body today is an absolutely the one thing, not the goal, not the desire, but the standard. The identity of the self with your identity, your athlete. Then the descendant string must the toll and energy that allow in the body are the basic because that's who you are and you develop the necessary to maintain that identity. I guess a stronger force in the human personality that needs to consistent with how we define ourselves. I think guess that often for just like where a general you ask priority or power. Where you are, but exactly what do you want? Your brain know how to get there. The brain knows several mechanisms, like a bomb. A bomb knows several announcements of the top of mood that know the follow through. The brain, the condition, what exactly what go from for to get there. With the bio certain of seven suddenly see the car everyone as they say I. How come that everyone already was there? What now do you notice? The reason the party of the brain got a particular activating system only as the party brain, but notice what you don't know. You bring that most of the time no custom go crazy generous, but you can decide what's most important to you. The brain go after. Everyone I know successful at do what I call RPM. RPM being dot of at the waiting from where they want to go the faster you got to go power like was RPM. And the RPM for their just they know what they want. But precisely if they go exactly what they want or lighter style get to be on that, some general get not a trip. Quality of power get the specific result what you want. You can answer the question right now. It's personal in the body, in the relationship, in the finance, in the visibility, in the conversation you want to be. The second thing, understand what the people blueprint. Blueprint my slogan for what they about you, what you believe, what you feel. I want to say the people and life are surrounded in the dam, which you desire most and you feel most. If I want to live and support, I want to know your growth, desire, what to scare about, the fear about, the trust you on. If I understand that I can communicate in the way that inspire you to maximize, not the one here, the management but it should be grow and degrade your own standard and they continue to look on higher level. Would you look at over very 3 million people have lost the job? Was that the all the money in the world? Out of 10, everybody out of the world helping people what they're successful, give it the job, it would take too long. The people have to raise their hand. Or many was the better standard. Or many are the wrong, but they get a standard what they're going to find with make happen. Simply to you take roles, three method was raise your hands raise your standard and got to talk about standard, got to talk about your trust awareness, think about your own life. I know there have been areas in the life where at some point in time you just shifted, you raise your standard or life change. Because whatever people they have the identity attached to, they live. We live who we believe we are, just how worse and just kind of like. I give example, look at your physical body. In your physical body you stay it often reflects only one thing, not the growth, not your desire, but your standards. The identity you have to the salary, those standards is your athlete. Then the certain amount of training and muscle tone and energy that are allowable the body on regular basis because that's who you are. And so do whatever necessary to maintain that identity. Again, the strongest force of human beings neither consistent how we define ourselves. Very often the getting asked for do not square how general you're asking. Great e-power. More clear you are by exactly what you want, more brain know how to get there. The brain is several mechanism, like a bomb. The bomb though several mechanisms so the target moves and the target is follow. The brain, what the condition, know exactly what to go for, find a way to get there. You buy a certain car, suddenly you see the car everywhere. How many of the experience say I? How come there's a car up everywhere, over everywhere, but now you notice it? The reason the brain, the core, the reticular activating system, the RS, the body retain what you notice, what you don't notice. Your brain is the broader time trying to make sure you notice because you're crazy notice everything. When you decide what's most important to you, the brain goes after it. Everyone I know who's successful builds what I call RPM plan. RPM depend on metaphor. That's the way to get from where you are, what you want to go, the fastest you got to build power like a car RPMs. And they are stand for little results that after they know what they want precisely. If you know exactly what you want, the let the cell get beyond that something you got to achieve it. Clarity is power, got to know specific result of what you want. You can answer the question right now in the person life, in the body, in the relationship, or the finance, your spiritual prosperity. And the second thing you have to, what are people blueprints? Blueprint by shorthand for what are the values? What do they believe? What do they feel? I want to say people that life float out in the dance between your desire most and your fear most. If they want to lead into and support you, got the growth, the desire, got the scare power, the fear power, trust you out. If I understand that they communicate in that way that they can find your maximum not what only with here, that's management. Once that they're gonna go, I'm going to raise our standard and go to continue to perform higher level. Want to look at over 33 million people have lost their job. The unprecedented trauma that